Candy.
Welcome. Do this Sunday for me.
Sunday. You'll pay for the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge.
It's getting gruffer.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
Sunday.
Like now it's like hurts to do that.
8:52. Sunday.
Yes.
Yeah,
How are
it's
you,
real
Suze?
gravelly.
I know. It's because that now I hear me sometimes. I got to sit back from the mic, too. I hear me sometimes, and I'm like, you...
On the show, you mean?
Yeah, or I just did an episode of a Bob's Burgers themed podcast, which was so fun and so great. And
How did they know you were a
Susie.
fan, though?
because I liked a post, I was following the podcast Instagram, and I had liked a couple of their posts, and they sent me a message like, oh my gosh, we're big fans of yours. I didn't know you loved Bob's. And I was like, love it. I
love
live
it.
for the show. And then I just got connected with them, and next thing you know, I'm on the podcast. And through that, discovered that the animation editors of Bob's Burgers listen to and talk about the brain candy. So shout out to Bob's Burgers editors right now.
Yeah.
Hi guys. We
Shout
love you
out.
so much. So much. You don't even know. Your show is genius. And there have been times where I'm like, hey, we talked about that on the Brain Candy podcast.
No.
Uh-huh. And so now I feel like maybe.
This is
we're
like when the
talk-
dictionary followed me. This is your dictionary moment.
Yes. The only thing that is because I love it's like animated stuff is
Yeah.
you know
The best.
The best. I got all my Toy Story characters right behind me, and it's not Bob's, but you know I love the animation stuff and
Yeah, you do.
all that. Bob's.
I
is the
followed
freaking
that
greatest.
lady that you said was on the team that wrote the comment like, we didn't even know you loved
Oh
Bob.
yes.
And I'm
yes,
like, oh my
she's
gosh,
the editor.
let's be friends.
I know. I was like, oh my god, this is like making. It made me kind of think, okay, we are in a simulation.
You've been saying that a lot lately, and I always agree.
I know, and I feel like I just keep seeing more and more weird signs of it. In fact, one of the stories that we're talking about today, maybe is it that art imitates life, imitates art, and everything is just all overlapping, and social media and actual media and history, it all feels like it goes together now.
Yeah, maybe. Or like we're primed to notice certain things, so whatever. I don't know. It just feels real weird. Like, what's going
It does
on?
feel weird.
I like it though.
I know, I love it. I think it's so cool. But
Well, I'm happy that you went on
know.
that show. Got to spread the word about Brain Candy. This is great,
Yes.
and we'll spread the word about Bob's.
yeah, there was something that I was saying before that, but it definitely did one of those things where I started a conversation in one direction and then just ended it somewhere else. And that's okay.
It's all right.
But how are you, Suze? How's your life?
Well, okay. As you know, Lincoln tested positive for COVID-19, the coronavirus. Perhaps you've heard of it.
yeah, you had 4 years strong.
I still have it. That
Yeah,
fucker-
you're still going strong.
The moment that fucking line showed up on that test, I was like, you are dead to me. Don't come near me. I will be in my hazmat suit. I will show you love in 4 to 5 to 7 days.
yeah.
Because
How'd he do?
I am not getting that. He did great. He tested negative, so he's back
good.
in regular life.
Yeah.
But I was like, I did not live in a bunker for 4 years.
Say.
to
The
have this
bunker's been
7
breached. They've breached the bunker.
Neither Adam nor I got it. And I would just like to thank the good people
is
who made a
great.
vaccine and masks and
Yeah.
germ theory,
Yeah.
because I was able to avoid infection.
Shout out to
Thank
science.
you. Yeah. So
Yeah.
4 years strong,
Well,
the
good.
streak remains intact.
Well, I hope Lincoln is feeling better.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, he's fine.
He's fine. He's going to be just fine. Yeah. I know that I've had it, but I've never tested positive.
Yeah, you had it 3 times. Like you didn't even you couldn't taste anything.
I couldn't taste and smell, and it would check every single box, and everybody else around me tested positive. My mother, who was staying with me at the same time, she tested positive and I test negative. We're in the same house.
You're like Typhoid Mary over there.
What the fuck is happening? I don't understand
You're
why I can't get
zero.
a negative test over here or a positive test over here. But no, I don't mean to say that. Knock on wood. Anyways, but everybody's healthy. We're happy. And,
Yeah.
Susie's over here looking like she's basically making me a victim of identity theft in what she's wearing.
Identity theft.
Identity theft is not is a crime, Jim, or not? What does Dwight say?
Yeah. And if you wore a black turtleneck, it would feel the same to me. I'd be like, what is going on? What
Susie is currently in dark red lipstick, burgundy lipstick, and overalls. Hello.
Yeah, I bought them for Sarah.
Okay. So what do we want to talk about today?
You tell me.
I have so many good stories. This is a topic. I mean, you're the one to talk to about this because you got a kid in middle school. So France has proposed a ban on cell phones for students under 15.
Mm-hmm. You mean at school?
At school, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So they made the decision in response to concerns over mental health and learning development and worsening social skills and all the things that we know come from a lot of cell phone use. And they also cited like a study that showed 24.4 teens are considered to be social media addicts. Owning a smartphone younger predicts lower self-worth, lower motivation, lower resilience, more sadness, more anxiety, more aggression, especially affecting girls and young women. What are your thoughts?
I mean, I'm not what you would probably expect. Like, I'm not in favor of all the hand wringing, to be honest with you. I think that it is hysteria that is unfounded, and that a lot of the studies that they use to support these restrictions are correlations at best. And often, I think that these people are very sad. I think all the data about loneliness and despair is real. But the causation link, I think is flimsy and really not even there at all. And that people did this, I'm not joking about books. When books became mass produced.
This is important to know.
People were very scared that kids were going to be lost in this fantasy world in their minds of like the books opening up this thing. Yeah. And then they felt like that about TV, and now it's the internet. And I'm not saying there's no problems or that we shouldn't have parameters and limits. I'm just saying like this like panic, this moral panic is just like a way to not acknowledge all these other systemic things that are. I
agree.
Okay. I didn't think you would.
Actually. Yeah, I think what you're saying is it's like it doesn't acknowledge the systemic stuff is a very important point.
Oh, it's just the phones then? It's not the income inequality and political upheaval and none of that? It's just the phones? Okay.
Right.
Because I'm not buying it.
I don't buy it either. As somebody who saw at summer camp what it was like to have kids away from their phone for a week, it was great. It was wonderful. I see balance as such an important thing. Yeah. And so when I first read that article and saw that, I'm like, yes, this is so great. This is so wonderful. But then I saw a photo carousel on Instagram of screenshots of the text messages from between parents and students during a school shooting. Yeah. And I instantly said, this can work in France, but I would not in the United States. Not until those other things change. Yeah, right. If I had a child that I don't know if I would feel okay sending them, I would have like it's okay at school, but not okay at home rule almost. Yeah. You know? Yeah. Like the cell phones go in a bag when I know you're safe with me. And like they go in the cell phone zone that you get limited time once you're home. But at school, I couldn't imagine sending a child to school with. It's like every day that happens now.
They changed the rules so Link doesn't have his phone at school anymore. It's like in his bag, but he can't access it until like school's over.
Yeah.
And I thought the same thing when I saw those text messages. I do know that it is like a distraction and that these kids like go on their phones during class. You know, if they can have them with them, they do abuse it.
Because I get it. They're addicted. If they are addicted to it, they're going to use it. You can't not. I'm the same.
I'm fine with them not having phones at school if they would please fix the gun problem.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I would be fine with it. That's why I'm like, it's okay in France, but I don't know if it could work here because I think that's the system. You got to fix. That's why I would feel safer with them having a phone.
Yeah.
At school because of that one reason. Like fuck what your teachers say. Meet me here right now.
I do wonder if people that are sort of like resistant to gun laws know how it works around the world, because I think that they don't get that this doesn't have to be the way it is.
It doesn't have to.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
But
I wouldn't be able to focus or pay attention in class either if it were in the back of my head.
By the way, I do think, however, that people like you with ADHD and Lincoln and Adam, phones are a real problem.
Oh, the biggest problem. The biggest. I have to put up. So if I pick up my phone to fill in because here's how you have to imagine it. That every new page that you open, every new thing that pops up, every notification is like a new door you've walked into, a new room you've walked into. And if you've ever been with somebody with ADHD or you are somebody with ADHD, if you walk into another room, you're like, what the fuck did I come in here for? And imagine doing that over and over and over. And then you're like, I'm so far at the other end of this hallway.
Have you ever thought about getting like a flip phone for real? You know those people that go the other extreme and are just like, I'm done.
But then it feels like so much of my business and my life is about connecting and being on social media and it almost has to be there when I want to use it. Mm-hmm. And then I've tried so much. Someone gave me advice to try this app that where you like grow plants and it's connected to how much you use certain apps. And if you use it too much, then like the plant dies. And I'm like, maybe that could definitely like convince me if I'm killing digital plants through my media, through distractions or something like that. So I'm going to try whatever I can get.
Although you're the one that taught me, you very rarely can fix the problem with the thing that causes the problem.
Right. So it's not going to be an app that fixes my time away. Right. Mm. So I just have to have parameters. Like after certain times, like after 11 o'clock, I use the what works for me is putting it in a Tupperware container, because then just the act of having to like, if I put it to the side or somewhere, like, oh, it's next to my bed or on this other nightstand, it's still out and I'm still going to like pass by and get it. And so it just like instinct.
It's a trap.
It is. So I just put it having it in a Tupperware container. I heard that trick and you know, it's like a therapist suggestion, and it works.
I love keeping my phone right in the pocket of my Honey Love pants.
Oh, I'm wearing mine today.
Let me see.
Woo, it's legging season, baby. Yeah,
legging season. Oh my gosh.
I know exactly what pocket you keep yours. Look, right like that.
That's right. Slides right perfect. In there. I love it. Because I have to bring my phone to the gym because I use the workout on there. Of course. But like, you don't want to carry around crap all the time.
Right.
It's so convenient. Perfect. I love them. You don't have to just wear them to the gym though. They're super cute for any occasion.
Yeah, I have no plans to go to the gym today.
They are just so high quality, so supportive, so flattering. All their stuff, the bras,
and they never
the clothes.
Pill. You know, the other ones, they do that thing where I've worn these so much. I'm looking at them right now. And they do not collect dog hair or any kind of hair. Like, you know how some get linty?
Yeah.
These
no
ones,
lint, no snags, no pills.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
They should have that as their tagline.
Honey Love, are you listening?
Yeah.
I
Anyways.
love them. They're very comfortable. You'll just feel comfortable and like supported, and you won't be like, can anyone see my butt crack? You'll know.
Yeah, right.
They have your back. Honey Love is not just supporting women, it's empowering women. Treat yourself to the best bras on the market. Save 20% off at honeylove.com/braincandy. Use our exclusive link to get 20% off honeylove.com/braincandy to find your perfect fit. After you purchase, they ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show. Tell them we sent you. Elevate your comfort, elevate your style with bras, and empower your lifestyle of flexibility. Can I tell you one thing?
Yes, please.
And then we'll carry on.
Like 5
about
things.
that. One of the Brainiacs messaged me and was like, just so you know, because I was talking about how I can't do a pull-up yet. And they were like, there was this article in the New York Times years ago about how like researchers were trying to figure out why women often can't do pull-ups.
Yeah.
Even like strong, fit, healthy women
Right.
like can't do it. And so they did this study and they had these women on a specific regimen, kind of like I'm doing, where the goal is a pull-up.
Pull-up.
And there was, I don't know how many, like 80, let's say. And then by the end, only 4 could do a pull-up. And they were baffled, like, what is the problem? And so they found that for some people, maybe I'm in this group, we will find out. It's like physically impossible. It depends on your proportions.
Okay.
And so like if you have a certain height and what I have, really long arms.
You do
I'm
have
like fucking Michael Phelps over here.
You do have crazy long arms for the
like a gorilla. My family used to make fun of me.
You do. Like
I
the
know
arm
it's like embarrassing a little bit, but it just happens to be the way I'm
We've never
built.
talked about this, but so this could be why.
Like if you're built like a chimp, then you might have more trouble doing a pull-up. And it was such a relief to me because that makes sense.
You're going to be good at something else though.
Yeah.
Like this might be the ratio for rowing. Like you have
Right.
long forearms and that long forearm thing
I should
is
look
the
this up.
key for row. You might just fuck the pull up, start rowing. Yeah.
I'll try till the end of the year with this pull-up. If it
Yeah.
doesn't work, I'll know like maybe it's
And I didn't
just
even send
not.
you that video about how to do the
It's
right.
okay.
You got to do that.
I still want you to, but don't feel bad about
Look, the ADHD, it's like I picked it up probably
it.
to
You're
send
like,
you that.
I'm doing plants
And-
over here. I
right.
don't know.
And it's like, who the fuck knows? But
Anyway,
yeah.
thank you to that Brainiac for sending it to me because I felt like, oh, okay, so there is more to this story.
This
about-
makes sense. Like we've seen those videos of how if you give a man a broom, which sounds like a book, like if you give a mouse a cookie, but it's not. Wish we could make a funny spinoff. If you give a man a broom and he holds it in front of him and he tries to take a step over it, like you hold it just like right out in front of you with 2 hands, parallel to the ground. They can't do that. They physically cannot. There's something with their hips.
and we can.
Oh, yeah, so easily. And then there's another one where you bend at the waist with your head against, you have a chair underneath you, bend at the waist with your head against a wall. So you're almost making like a 90-degree angle with your body against a wall. And then just try to pick up a chair. And men can't do it, but women can. Like men will fall and women can't. There's another one too. It's a lot. Oh, and then putting your head on the ground and sitting on your knees with your head on the ground and then taking your arms and putting them behind your back, men will fall flat on their face and women can stay upright.
Okay.
It's totally
So
body
basically-
proportions. And it might be the thing that you can't do is the pull up, but in the same way, Adam can't do all of these other things.
Yeah, that's the thing. But the pull-up is the measurement
Right.
with which
And
we
it's
use.
so fucked up. That's so stupid.
Let's
Yeah.
do the broom one.
You're right. That should be, yes. Then they all
Put that
fail
in the
and we win.
military tests.
Oh, I just was watching this clip. I think I did save it, about this woman who is like a military. She does something related. Like she's somehow connected to the military. She's doing it looked like a TED Talk or some presentation on this, talking about the ways in which a female body is better suited in certain conditions. And like isometric holds of any exercise, we can perform 24% better than all men. And do you remember on the challenge when Natalie did that thing against bananas where they held up they had to hold something over their hands for a really, really long time, and she smoked them, and she was this little, over their head, and she beat them. That's the isometric hold, that women will always do better at that. We need more of that shit on the challenge.
Wow.
I love it. Anyways.
Yes, because it feels like every measurement and metric is designed for another type of human being that I am not.
Right. So let's start measuring you by those female
I'll keep you posted.
metrics, and you'll be great. Okay. Yeah, I'm really thinking maybe rowing is secretly your...
I think it's funny how you're like, you do have freakishly long arms.
I didn't say freakishly. I said long.
No, but I did.
But I do agree, and we've never talked about it.
I have quite the wingspan, everybody.
You do. Look at that. As soon as you just put them out, you're just like, yeah, those are long.
It's a lot. Okay, anyway, so...
Okay.
Phones in school. Okay.
Yes. What else do I have to talk to you about? Oh, this is one that I know you're going to like. I know you've read the article, too, because we were about to talk about it. So there was an article that came out in The Atlantic that talked about how people who get prosthetics have a feeling about the prosthetics that they get. And it's something that we have never really thought about. Mm-hmm. So the article starts interviewing this man named Angel, who was, woman named Angel, was born without part of her left arm. And she got this bionic prosthetic. And it's this amazing futuristic design. The companies are coming out with these like really great prosthetics now. Mm-hmm. Here's the problem. A lot of these companies are putting their logo across the prosthetic in very bold and obvious ways. They're looking to brand their product and get the name out there. But a lot of these now owners of the prosthetics feel like this is the same as getting a tattoo they didn't ask for. Mm-hmm. And it feels almost like being branded by an actual brand. They go so far as to put it as almost like a bracelet. Like if you have a prosthetic arm, it looks almost like a bracelet. And it's not just the name of the company. It often is the name of the actual piece itself, which they don't need to do because they can, if they, some people were like, oh, well, what about the serial number and all that?
Yeah,
they could put that on a frickin' microchip inside. It could, anything.
Same with my shirt, there's a tag in there.
Right, the tag's on the inside.
And they often include like glaring, ugly colors.
Yeah, like orange and...
Can you imagine?
They're noticeable. No, I would hate that. It wouldn't match any of my outfits.
Yeah, like a part of your body is a color or says words that you didn't consent to.
And some of them were talking in the article about how it really hinders their sense of ownership.
Hell yeah, it
over the body part. That it doesn't feel like yours. If it literally has somebody else, of course, it wouldn't feel like yours. Could you imagine getting they replaced his finger and it says Pepsi on the side of it? I know, it's like, why is it any different?
Absolutely.
It's not any different. And so here's where it gets a little messy, is that it is very difficult to get insurance to cover these prosthetics, especially the ones that are the bionic ones. So insurance is like, yes, because it's not considered a...
How is that not considered?
Because
mandatory?
they're giving you whatever works. They're like, so say you're somebody who
you can get an ugly one.
Say you're somebody who has your leg amputated below the knee, and so maybe your insurance covers a single standard prosthetic for the knee that's like not the new bionic technology one, and definitely not the blade for running. That you have to pay for. If you're like, oh, I'd like this for running, that's an extra thing, and the insurance is not going to cover that. And any form of customization whatsoever, all of a sudden it's not covered by insurance. And we're talking, these things are like $50,000. You're not getting, so they're like, I'll take whatever I can get. And it voids any warranties if you were to customize it. So say you get it and you customize it and then something happens to it, that company is no longer covering it because it's considered this like aftermarket thing you did to it. And now it's not going to be covered by insurance at all.
Yeah,
What?
I saw that any modifications invalidate the warranty, but like, what do you mean that they're not covered though? Like they can get a prosthetic, but just like a garbage one? They're
like there's going to be a standard prosthetic that like your insurance issues this is for sure.
And it's what? What do you think is bad about it? It doesn't do all the stuff that the state of the art does?
For sure. Wow. Absolutely. That the technology coming out in the Bionic stuff is not what insurance companies are covering.
And I suppose like in the big picture, a logo is not that big of a deal. But if it were my body,
right,
I would want to decide.
Right. You should be able to decide what your prosthetic looks like. It's like a part of you that's been lost, and they're going to give that back. And wouldn't that be a great thing for us to do instead of saying... And that the company that was interviewed in this article gave no fucks.
Like, okay, so just devil's advocate type of scenario. I do understand that you have a company and you make this product and you want people to know that this person is using your product. I do understand, like, on paper,
right,
that concept.
We don't do that for anything else. Your dentist doesn't do that. You don't put a logo on the tooth. Your boobs are
Sarah.
hidden. There's no other nothing else where they're doing the fact that you're walking as well as you are should be fucking advertisement enough.
Right.
And they claimed that they defended branding as a way to ensure product recognition, traceability, and commitment to quality. That's bullshit to me. You don't need any of those things to take a logo off.
Yeah. That's a really good point,
microphone looks exactly the same if it doesn't say functions just the same if it doesn't say brain candy on it.
Mm-hmm. That's bullshit. Just about money.
Yes.
But I never thought about that with like the teeth.
Right.
And
your
like
dentist doesn't be like, oh, let me put my logo in there.
On your braces, it doesn't like spell out a word on your teeth.
Right.
What if it
Could
did,
you imagine? Or my doctor didn't say, oh, let me put this little cast on you and also put the logo of our...
I'm surprised that does not happen. Like on casts and stuff.
Right. It actually is great. Like, it's just a matter of time. Now we've given them ideas.
Oh my
is
God.
what's going to happen. So
everybody, just stay calm.
I don't like it.
Don't make any sudden moves.
Yeah. It just, the user autonomy, that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
You should be able to decide. You don't.
Dang.
It's not
as if these people haven't been through enough.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's just like your story that you told about what's his name, the guy playing on the basketball team. Like, why are we already like this is a population that is dealt with enough.
Yeah.
This is not who we need to be throwing your brain, like using more.
Yeah.
So
we're mad about it.
I'm mad about it. Yeah. Any hoodles.
You're so cute though, Sarah.
Why?
How long
I get
your
all
hair
worked
is.
up? What? Did you say look how long my hair is?
Yeah.
The other day, I was like putting my head back and I felt it touch the top of my butt, and it was like the best feeling ever. I never had long hair before like this.
I'm mad.
It's don't worry, you're gonna get there.
I have a commitment. I'm not cutting my hair until I'm 50.
Well, there you go. Just a little trim.
Yeah, a dusting. I tell her.
Yeah,
Don't
dusting.
get any ideas.
That's it, just a dusting.
Because if you say dusting, they'll give you a trim. If you say trim, they'll cut it.
You're totally that is facts. That is facts.
We're speaking a different language.
Yes. Okay, what else do I want to talk about? This was funny. There's this TikTok trend going around it's not really a trend, but just like this a theme that's now coming up on TikTok. I heard about this on NPR on Wait, Don't Tell Me. there's this push to make office jobs cool, that people are now coming in and they're like it's like these Gen Zers who are like, oh my gosh, guys, I have this cute little office job, and guess what? I get the weekends off, and I'm off at like 5 p.m., and you get to eat lunch at your desk, and I get to wear these cute little outfits. What are your thoughts?
That's nice. You know my thoughts.
What are your thoughts, Sus?
Okay, well,
Tell me everything.
let me ask you a follow-up question.
Yeah.
Do you think these TikTokers, whoever's making these stupid things, believe what they're saying, or is it sort of ironic? Like,
No, I think they believe what they're saying. I think it's two things. I think, one, we are in the era of, we've talked about this before, how there's no room for nuance on the internet, and how everybody becomes extremes of anything. And if it's like, if you dress a certain way or you put on a certain style, it's something core, like we want to label everything.
The micro trends.
Yeah, that's it. It's micro trends. I think this is just an example of micro trends. But here's where I'm not mad about it.
Okay.
And why I want more of this. And you're going to be like, what?
Okay.
Because there was a study, like a poll done of, I think it was maybe elementary school kids. And I think they were about 10 years apart. And it was like the 2000s, they were asked, what would you like to be when you grow up? What's the most desirable profession?
Yeah.
And it was an assistant to a celebrity in the aughts, like the days of Paris Hilton and like the boom of like tabloid kind of culture.
The internet, that. Digital tabloid culture. Yeah.
Now
TMZ.
you ask, then in like 2010s, it was, or maybe, I'd say maybe
then
like
it became YouTube.
YouTube was the thing.
Oh, so you're saying this is the correction.
If we're
regressing to the mean.
A departure from a desire, from a sweeping desire to be an influencer as a fucking profession. That's not a job. Yes, I have some
great
influencer qualities, but I'm also a therapist, licensed associate therapist. So I working with a real job. You know?
I know what you mean, Sarah. Okay.
I want more plumbers. I want more mechanical engineers.
Trades.
I want trade jobs. I want a HVAC repair guys.
A carpenter.
Gals. I want a handy woman. I want this. And I give me somebody who's like, you know what? I love an office job, because what the fuck are we going to do if everybody wants to be a goddamn influencer and I just need somebody to work at the bank?
My brother says that the more words that are required to describe what your job is, the less important it is.
I want Richard Scarry book jobs.
Yeah. Lawyer, doctor, cashier.
Yeah.
Hairstylist.
Bus driver.
Yeah.
Dentist.
The old
anything that you can
classics.
see in the pages of Richard Scarry's, you know what I'm talking about?
I love those books.
Right.
Richard Scarry's whole world is like, I wish I lived there.
Me too. Yes, corporate jobs. Yeah, corporate cuties. Woo.
I meant to talk about this on the last episode, actually it's the next episode because we recorded them out of order. Anyway, okay. I meant to talk about this on the next episode. I watched the Demi Lovato documentary called Child Star.
Oh, yeah, tell me.
But in the beginning, they did this montage where they had these little kids come in and just say like what they wanted to be. Uh-huh. And that was what was striking, was a lot of that. Like, I want to be famous. I want to be a YouTuber. I want to, it was all the arts, what they're exposed to, of course.
Yes,
They watch YouTube. They want to be on YouTube.
Right.
I totally get it. But it just sprung to mind when you said that, because that's the thing that, sure, maybe people wanted to be famous, like in some alternate universe, in the 80s, like we would
Right.
look at Madonna and think, I want to be that. But we knew we'd probably be a teacher or a secretary or a garbage person or whatever.
Yes.
But now I don't think they think that. And then when they inevitably have to become a normal
Right.
person, it is almost traumatic for these bozos.
Yes. I don't think people see the connection between actual talent and success. That
Well,
they just
because
think
they
that
see people without
persevere.
any.
Exactly. And right.
Making it big.
And then we
And
give
I don't
the
want to point
message of,
fingers at
like,
reality TV, but we're not in good company, Sarah.
100% Susie.
Right? They're watching these shows and be like, I could do that.
And then making all of us their like celebrity role models. Meanwhile, you and I, who lived with these people for months, couldn't tell you what they do for jobs.
No.
No idea. No fucking clue. So what these people are like, this is idolizing and worshiping people who have no jobs and who are just famous for nothing. Literally CT's handle on Instagram.
Famous for nothing.
Right.
Yeah. And at least he's self-aware in that regard.
Right. Exactly.
I'll give him that.
So I'm just saying, I think at first glance, this is like one of those things where maybe at first glance you'd like poo-poo it and be like, oh my God, they're trying to make anything cool and isn't that
Okay.
silly? But I don't think this is the worst thing. I think let's glorify, I think TikTok has also done a good job of doing that for a bunch of different groups. Like, you know, they have like I'll watch like people who mow lawns on TikToks and I just like love it. Or, like the housekeepers.
Adam said
like,
that.
the house
I
cleaners.
forget.
Oh my
We were
God.
talking about like we needed to like get on our TikToks and stuff, and he was like, I'll have to log into Sarah's and then watch like an hour of like men chopping wood.
Yeah, that's
It'll
exactly
be like
it.
lumberjacks
Yep.
or like, because Sarah appreciates a skill, a trade.
I do. And then I go down a rabbit hole of that. Next thing you know, a lot of barber videos.
One micro trend, you know, the girl dinner thing
Yeah.
that caught on and is totally relatable because I love girl dinner.
Yeah.
I was thinking the other day, this is a segue,
Yeah.
about how I feel like that is what nurture life is. They have not intended it to be that.
Oh.
These meals are meant for babies and kids, but
I know.
I eat them and I'm
I
like,
do
this
too.
is girl dinner.
It is. It's like, oh, I'm just going to go in and I'm going to have that.
Because it's like a portion meant for little people.
Right.
But then
it's
if we
exactly
make it,
what I want
Yeah.
at 11 o'clock at night. When
it's girl dinner.
It is girl dinner.
Okay, but like this is not sanctioned. They did not tell me to say this. They probably won't like it because it's meant
to
for
me,
babies
it's second
and kids.
dinner.
Well, right. It's like a midnight snack, or
Correct.
like a nibble. Like let's have
Nibble,
a little
nibble.
nosh.
Yes.
Because
But like it could be a full meal for a child, whatever.
yeah, right.
They'll love it. It's great. But also,
They can have it too.
I love it.
And they have like you can pick what you want. There's like pastas and meatballs and chicken nuggets and really yummy, fresh, ready to serve in just like 1 minute. Like
The
fully
dumplings,
cooked meal.
so good.
The
Aren't
dumplings.
those good with the edamame?
Don't sleep on the dumplings.
Yeah, do
yes.
not. So good.
And it's just like all these meal deliveries. And then like nobody thought, hey, maybe kids want something different because we all know we have to make something separate for kids no matter what anyway, because that's the way
Right.
it is.
Right.
But here's the deal. It's about time that a flexible meal subscription existed for babies and kids. So head to nurturelife.com, use code BRAINCANDY for 55% off your first order. That's right, 55% off. Once again, that's nurturelife.com for 55% off. Make sure you use our promo code BRAINCANDY so they know we sent you. And I just have a subscription and then like I keep it paused. And then when I want some nibbles, whatever,
I'm gonna
then I
order some
unpause
today.
it. Yeah.
I want more.
Because you
I
can
just
just do
ate
like
my last one.
have it set and then pause it whenever you want.
Yeah, I like
Go
to do
for
that.
it.
I like to rotate and just pause.
Yeah.
Yes. Now I'm hungry. Okay, what else do I want to talk about? Have you seen the Menendez brothers?
Oh, yes.
You saw it?
Yeah.
Me too. What did you think?
Monster.
Yeah.
This was the Ryan Murphy one.
Yes.
Yeah. I didn't like it.
Okay. It is so... Ryan Murphy.
Yeah, he's interesting.
We have a lot to
Sarah
unpack
thinks
here.
he's problematic. I sense it.
There's a lot to unpack here because
so
I want to just present some things.
Okay.
Ryan Murphy is the executive producer and writer who wrote it. Like, he is the one who did American Horror Story. He often writes these. I mean, they're really great twisted horror films like these.
Well, and he also does like the profiles of like the Feud. There was the one called Feud, and it was like, who was it? Not Marlene Dietrich. Wire hangers.
Yes.
Joan Crawford.
Joan Crawford and
somebody, whoever she feuded with from the golden age of cinema. And he's a gay man, and his sensibility is in line with like the sort of stereotype of that. Like he loves like Hollywood drama.
Yes.
Like
the romanticizing of it all.
Yes.
I think that he leans heavy into that. He likes the lore of the old Hollywood tales and like romanticizing this time of opulence.
I think he did Capote, the Truman Capote one about his life. He wrote In Cold Blood, but then he's a weird character. Same idea, Hollywood weirdness.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you have him doing the show.
Right. Menendez brothers who murdered their parents.
Yes. Menendez brothers murder their parents. I was too young I was young enough for it to be in the, like, I was aware of it, but I wasn't obviously privy to like the details of everything.
Okay.
All I know is that it felt
Rich brothers killed their parents in Beverly Hills.
And then the story later was like maybe their parents deserved it or something.
Yeah.
And that's
but that was way later.
That was way later. That was all I really knew.
Yeah.
So I don't even want to talk about the Menendez brothers as much as I want to talk about this
portrayal,
blending of everything.
Yeah.
Kim Kardashian.
Yeah.
Was a character in a season of American Horror Story.
Yeah.
Produced by Ryan Murphy. A week after the show premieres, Kim Kardashian goes to visit the Menendez brothers with the actor who played
Lyle. Yeah.
Now,
yep.
If you really are into the justice and righteousness of getting somebody acquitted and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And if the actor who played Lyle has a problem with or feels like they need to do, why would you do it the week of the premiere, if not to drum up promotion and word of mouth and attention?
You're answering your own question, really.
This seems like a motherfucking publicity stunt. And the fact that we live in a universe where we have a reality star running for president and Kim Kardashian meeting with people serving life sentences in an attempt to oddly promote the show or something like that with her... help me make sense of this world we live in, and then the fact that I also was on reality TV and somehow feel like I'm a part of the problem.
So many layers.
I help me, Suze. Make it make sense.
Okay, Sarah, I know what you're saying. I hear you, and I agree. And it is frustrating.
And then I looked it up. Nobody's talking about that. I Googled like Kim Kardashian, Ryan Murphy, American, like all the words that I wanted together.
I think it's because it's expected. Like this is what.
But how come nobody's not like, what are you doing? This is a publicity stunt for Ryan Murphy,
right?
And this is not what those two want.
Yeah,
I read Eric's statement. I have it if you're interested.
Yeah, he's not happy, and they're gonna do their own documentary now because they're mad about it.
And
On
then he
one
made him
hand, I appreciate when celebrities can make effectual change, which, to be honest with you, she has.
Right? She has gotten people. I totally recognize that.
I appreciate that she has leveraged her celebrity to work towards prisoner justice
Yeah.
and all that. And it's worked. But you cannot pretend
Right.
like anything she does is not self-serving also.
Do it. Why wouldn't you do it? As it almost feels like it's like you're going in there to talk to them to almost smooth over what Ryan Murphy did in his portrayal of them in a Netflix show.
Yeah,
Or
it's hard to know. And I think that's what you're experiencing is why the media doesn't dive in. Because
I don't
what you're
like
trying
it.
to do is decipher motive of her. Not the crime,
Right.
but just her motive. Like, what is she wanting to do? And that's impossible.
Because it almost seems like if you were going in to talk to them, you're going in on their behalf, as if to say, "I'm so sorry for this thing that you're about to see," and then it feels
Right.
like, why would
They
Kim
got bait and
Kardashian, who just was cast in his? They obviously have a relationship. She was in his show
Yeah.
2 seasons ago, last season, whatever. It feels like if she's going in there to say, hey, let's get you off, you weren't properly portrayed, then she's almost backstabbing Ryan Murphy.
Yeah, she's betraying someone.
She's betraying, right. This does not seem like I hate it. I hate all of the players, how everything is all of these worlds have come together. I feel like we should keep things. This is where it's like what I was saying about everything overlapping and getting reality stars to stay over there, murderers stay over there,
listen.
film producers stay over there, because like it's getting hard to decipher. And then we got fucking Donald Trump talking about Hannibal Lecter. Nobody knows who's the real murderer anymore.
Well, and I think that it is difficult there's a fine line between reality TV and true crime,
Right.
right? And then now politics, like whenever Trump got elected, whatever you think about him, there is no denying that his
Oh, right.
time on The Apprentice,
Yeah.
in which his reputation was molded by Mark Burnett
Right.
and made him seem like this very savvy, clever, successful businessman, that has an impact. That creates this impression. And then that can lead to a successful political career or whatever,
Yeah.
whether you like him or not. That's just the truth of it.
Yeah.
And so these lines get real blurry because I do struggle with that with the true
blurry.
crime thing myself, because I do
Yes.
research on these people and I just think I do not want this to be gross. And it's pretty much why my projects have not become TV shows and stuff, because every
want it to be
time the like
gross.
rubber hits the road, I'm like, I don't want this. I like different ideas, like creative ideas, I'm uncomfortable with.
Right.
And I think Kim is comfortable with it.
I think you're right.
Let me just put it that way.
Yeah. So I just want everybody to also just have that awareness that I do and share in this with me, because
but do you what do you think about those guys? Just curious. I know you don't want to talk about it, but I'm just curious.
No,
I can
I mean,
edit it out.
it is really, I think that show being the only thing that I have seen about them makes
Yeah.
it really hard
Yeah.
to differentiate between what is true and what is
Okay, well,
stretched
just like
for
the brass
fiction.
tacks of it, like
But
presuming that it's true that
I think
they were
that they are
abuse
guilty
victims.
of murdering their parents.
Okay.
I'm also an abuse victim, and I didn't
Yeah.
murder my dad.
Okay, that's what I'm getting at. So, like,
You
for
can't.
you, it is not something that would justify it or whatever.
I think that the actions that they took after it happened are not the actions of people who
We're remorseful or
were
felt
remorseful,
upset. Yeah.
or because when it is like a self-defense situation where it's like I feel like they've
So
lost.
you feel like self-defense is the only reason why that should ever happen, not sort of like cumulative.
But I think that is a
years.
form of cumulative self-defense. I think
Oh,
that
okay.
that is, if it feels like,
Oh,
wow,
so
there's
you don't
really
think they
no
were
escape.
abused?
I think that they were abused. I
Okay.
don't know to the extent that they were abused. I don't know, but I also don't think that. I think multiple things can be correct. I think that they were abused, and they also had financial motive. I think that those things collided.
Okay.
That's my feeling
All
about
right.
about
Fair enough.
that. I think that there were other options, and I think that it's hard for me to believe that they were in a situation that was so intense that they did not feel like they had other options, only because of how not isolated they were. They're on the tennis team. They're playing it. They're going to Princeton. He's away at college. It's not like you're like, the daughters that escaped from the family in California that had them like locked up and 17 kids and all that shit. They kill their parents. Oh yeah. Let them off. They deserved it. And you can see the evidence. You can like see how they were isolated. You could see how, I just feel like, but I don't know. I don't fucking know. I don't know because I don't think we were asking the right question. I don't know anything. I don't know what. I need to know more. Okay. What else?
One more.
Okay. Let's talk about this one. That's fun. Yeah. Just like a little pep to round it out. Okay. This was sent to us by a Brainiac. Cards, and I saw it, and then
Oh, yeah.
Cards Against Humanity
I love it.
is suing SpaceX.
Can you believe
And
it?
I shouldn't say I was sent this by a Brainiac. A Brainiac saw me post about it and then said, hey, guess what? I'm involved in the lawsuit. And I said, tell me everything. Yes. Do we love? Does that seem like a
Wow. We have
Brainiac
the
thing or what?
best listeners.
I mean, they're so. And she's
Tell
one of
me.
150,000 people that contributed $15 each. So let me tell you the whole story.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So here's what's happening. Cards Against Humanity, the card game, you know it,
You know what? You love it.
is accusing SpaceX of taking over its land in Texas. And you're like, what? Cards Against Humanity owns
Yeah,
land in
right.
Texas? So here's what happened. In 2017, Cards Against Humanity crowdfunded they basically bought the land in 2017 via crowdfunding to oppose Donald Trump's border wall. They were like, we're going to stick it to him and just buy this really cheap plot of land. And 150,000 people contributed $15 each to help them buy the land as part of this anti-border wall initiative. And now it's where SpaceX has moved its launch site to. They're very close to there. So SpaceX is performing rocket tests near this disputed area and basically trespassing and using it at their will. And now Cards Against Humanity is like, oh, hell no. So they're suing them.
So the people that donated $15,
Yes.
however many people,
Yeah.
are these just like Like civilian?
Yeah, regular folks
Yeah.
who saw it who were like, oh, that sounds like a fun thing to do. I'll donate my $15 to that. And they're smart because they're each going to get about $100 from this.
Oh, cool.
So that's a good return on your investment.
Yeah, it is.
You
And
get
it
a great
is-
story. You get your more than your money back. You've like, I don't even know what the math is. More than quadrupled your money.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
there you go.
I mean,
And you get to stick it to fucking Tesla. To
He's a
Elon
real-
Musk.
he's
Who
a
just
real-
like has this attitude of I can do whatever I want.
yeah, and he has it because he's been correct about that.
Right. And so,
And-
like, if it's cards against you, that's what come on. Do you see what I'm saying about we're living in a simulation? What world is this? Kim Kardashian is visiting murderers, trying to get them acquitted, and a card game that talks about poo-poo pee-pee is
Well, I've
suing.
never played that game though. I know it's like naughty, but I don't know the details.
Okay, I think I have it right here. Hang on.
You seem like the type that would love it.
I wasn't kidding. I got it right here.
Boy,
Cards
arm's
Against
length.
Humanity. So
If she had Susie's chimp arm, she could have reached it. Just
I could have.
staying in
I
her
could have.
seat.
This is so funny. So how it works is you pick. There's a theme, like a what do you want to call it? So okay. So you play a black card. Everybody gets dealt like 7 of these
She's
white
actually
cards.
going through the room.
Yes, I am for Susie right now because I think
Everybody
you think
gets
it's very
7.
funny. So you get these 7 random cards that say ridiculous things.
Yes.
Poopy diapers. I wasn't kidding when I said poo poo pee pee. Poopy diapers. Multiple stab wounds.
Why is poo poo pee pee so funny? It
Dick
is,
fingers. Drinking alone. Academy Award winner Meryl Streep. Explaining how vaginas work. So funny random things. And then a black card is pulled and you play one of these. So then this black card says, white people like blank. And then
it's like
you have to
poopy
play
diapers.
what you think is going to be the funniest thing. So white people like drinking alone. White people like Academy Award winner Meryl Streep. That's obviously the winner.
I mean, it's correct.
It's
I don't know
correct.
if it's
And
funny.
then you have to play to whoever. So, like, say you're playing with 4 people. 3 people are throwing in their card, and then you're playing to the 4th person who then gets to pick their favorite. And whoever they pick gets the point.
Okay.
It's fun.
Yeah,
I
it's
love
fun.
It.
I didn't think they would
it
sue
really matters
Elon
who you play
Musk.
with because it can get very funny. So this ridiculous card game is suing a billionaire
Yeah.
for his spacey bullshit.
Well, because
It's insane.
he is
This world we live in.
trespassing.
Yes,
on
he
their
is.
property.
And fucking sue him. I did have the rules right here, and I could have just read those to you.
No,
But-
it's better. No.
This was very short and to the point. My way was much better. Anyways, that is. I don't even think I've ever played with this deck. It's one of those things where like I own it, but just in case. But I haven't used it in 10 years. Yes.
I love you, Sarah.
Oh, I love you, Susie, and I love all you listeners. Thank you guys
Oh my
so
God,
much
Sarah
for
just
always
called me
tuning
like
in.
my full name,
Did I?
Susie.
I didn't call you by your full name.
No, but you never say Susie.
I know I don't. That's so weird. I always say
Adam
Suze.
is on this kick where he insists on calling me Susie, and I want to kill him.
Ugh.
It's so gross. Like it
that
gives
would.
me.
I'd be
the-
like, stop. That no. That who are you talking to?
it's like,
Ugh.
and he's like, "Do you like it when I call you that?" And I'm like, "I do not." And then he just kept doing it.
Well, that's how
Every
nicknames
time.
work. My little brother's girlfriend. My little brother's name is Lucas, and his girlfriend's nickname for him is Lucaroo, which I think
Does
is
he
so
like
cute.
that?
It's so cute. I think he
It
does.
is a
'cause
cute name.
It is cute. Like it's not like babe, honey. She's like Lucaroo. Let's go. I'm like,
Okay, yeah, that's
It's
what I
the
want.
sweetest
like,
thing in the
Sukaroo
whole
would be fine.
world.
I'd be like, "Yeah, you rang
Lucaroo.
Susie." I'm like,
Susie.
"What is this? Some sort of
Susan.
court
Right.
case?"
Exactly. I'm like, Susie is somebody's
Susan
mother.
is fine.
Yeah, Susan is fine, but
makes
Susie
me
is not
laugh.
okay. Yeah.
Anyway, Sarah is the best. She did some great work today about prosthetics,
Yes.
office jobs, and why we should celebrate them.
Yes.
If you have a boring normal job. We salute you. What, Sarah?
All the lights in my house just flickered.
Why is this happening? Spooky
It's not
season?
that one, but it just, or a jet just flew over and it just flew over the light of my window and it made it dark in here or something. But it just went dark and then got bright again. Anyways, spooky.
And the Menendez brothers and Ryan Murphy, we don't know how we feel about you.
I don't even have any conclusion to that or Sarah's got a theory.
We're
I just
still
want
thinking.
to put out all the information. I just want you to look at all these things.
Okay. Thank you all for listening. Please use our codes. It means the world to us. They're on our website, thebraincandypodcast.com, and you can join our Patreon, patreon.com/braincandy if you want extra content. Yes. We love you, love you, love you. We'll see you next time.
Bye.